Good day, everyone, and our topic for today is about persuasions, patterns of development. And here are the objectives. The first, identify and use persuasions as a pattern of development. Second, explain the three common techniques in persuasive rating. Third, construct an outline for a persuasive text. So the first is persuasions. So persuasions is to influence the audience and move them to actions. So, what is persuasions? So, persuasions is the process of influencing others to change their beliefs, values, or behaviors through communications. Also, it is aiming to convince them to agree with a particular viewpoint or take specific actions. So, we provided now questions which is what is a persuasive essay? So, persuasive essay it is a persuasive paragraphs intends to convince readers to believe in something. So attempts to persuade a reader to adopt a certain point of view, and it utilizes logic and reason. So there are three types of persuasions. First is ethos. So it is a present themselves as trustworthy. We are more likely to believe someone who is an expert or has experience on the topic. So, what is ethos? It is refers to the credibility or authority of a speaker or writer. A key element in persuading an audience. It's about convincing the audience that the speaker is trustworthy and knowledgeable, making their message more believable. So, here are the examples. First first example is a doctor recommending a medicine because it has been proven to work. So, second types of persuasions is logos. Logos it is convince audiences of their perspectives. This is when we use facts, data, and logical reasoning to support our argument. So, what is logos? It refers to the appeal to logic and reason, using facts, evidence, and clear reasoning to convince an audience nga. So, need examples. Example is study shows that students who sleep at least 8 hours perform 20% better on tests than those who don't. For the last types of persuasions, which is pathos. Pathos appeals to people's emotions, such as happiness, fear, or sympathy. So, what is pathos? Let us define. Pathos means experience, misfortunes, emotions, and conditions. It comes from Greek path, meaning experience, undergo, and suffer. In English, pathos usually refers to the element in an experience or an artistic work that makes us feel compassion, pity, or sympathy. So here's examples. Think about the children who don't have access to clean drinking water. Your donations can change their lives. So the next is AD or ad hominem. Ad hominem is response to an argument by attacking the opponent instead of addressing the argument itself. So, what is ad hominem? Let us define. This policy occurs when, instead of addressing someone's argument or position, you irrelevantly attack the person or some aspect of the person who is making the argument. The fallacious attack can also be direct to memberships in a group or institutions. So, why you should not do this when during arguments? It doesn't prove anything. It's unfair, and lastly, it makes discussions pointless. So these are the different kinds of ad hominem. The first is abusive ad hominem. It is an attack to the character of the person carrying an argument, usually fallacious because the attack is irrelevant to the discussions. Example, we should recycle more. Then the person B say, you're just a dumb tree hugger. So let us define what is abusive ad hominem. So it is a type of informal logical policy where someone attacks the persons making an argument rather than the argument itself, often using insults, character attacks, or irrelevant personal traits to discredit the persons and, by extensions, their viewpoint. The next is circumstantial ad hominem. This argues that a person's circumstances, such as their job, political affiliations, or other vested interests, motivate their argument and thus it must be biased and false. So, let us define what is circumstantial ad hominem. It is a type of ad hominem fallacy that attempts to discredit an argument by pointing out the arguer's circumstances, job, or vested interests, suggesting their positions is biased and therefore invalid. So, here are the examples. Person A, people should be paid fairly. The person B, you only think that because you're poor. So the next is quacky ad hominem, an attempt to rebut a claim by attacking its proponent on the grounds that they uphold a double standard or that they don't practice what they preach. Example, parents say, you should stop smoking. Then the teen respond, but you smoked when you were my age. So the next is guilt by association. When the source is viewed negatively because of its associations with another person or group who is already viewed negatively. Example, person A, climate change is real. And the person B answers, some crazy people also believe in climate change, so you must be crazy too. And also the poisoning the well. So poisoning the well attempts to turn the audience against the opponent's argument based on unrelated information. Example, before you listen to Alex talk about his space, just know he failed his science test. So when to use persuasive essay? So we use this when during critics or reviews, writing a reactions paper, editorials, proposals, advertisements, and lastly, brochures. Here are the steps in planning persuasive essay. So first, choose your positions. Sound analyze your audience. Third, research your topic. And last, structure your essay. So the first, choose your positions. So which side of the issue you're going to write about? What solutions will you offer? Know the purpose of your essay. So don't analyze your audience. Decide if your audience agrees with you, is neutral, or disagrees with your positions. So the third is research your topic. So provide specific and convincing evidence. So kasi kapag may evidence ka, mas madali mong magpapaniwala ang mga audience. So the last is structure essay. So use persuasive outline. Persuasive essay typically follows a simple structure. Is instructions, body, opposing view paragraphs, and lastly, conclusions. So these are the common techniques in persuasions. First, giving example, sound, attacking an opposing view. Third, using evidence. So the first is giving example. So provide examples that can enhance your idea and make it concrete. Sound, provide real life examples that makes your argument more relatable and believable. So the next is attacking an opposing views. So assert opinion by criticizing someone opposing idea. Kumbaga, kinikriticize mo yung idea niya or opinion, something like that. And the last is using evidence. So use strong evidence such as facts and statistics. Facts, statistics, and expert opinions add credibility to your argument. So kasi kapag gumamit ka ng facts and statistics, mas madali mo silang papalaniwala gamit ang mga evidence na ganito. So that's all for today videos. Thanks for listening.